Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Oh, good evening, everyone. How are you? How was your day? Welcome for today's training. We on our day 7 for the peace education training, and I'd like to welcome all of you um, for today's training, and also thank you for those of you that are indicating interest to become members of the institute, so that together we can promote peace across the globe. I wish to appreciate all of you. And also, I would like to appreciate your commitment and dedication to be part of this journey. Um, Let me share the link. All right, so I would like to welcome all of you for today's training, and it has been our this the day 7 of the free woman professional training in peace education, and this training is being designed and provided by the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management for our followers on Facebook, subscribers on YouTube, and other social media handles. This training is being provided for free. Yeah, nobody pays for it. We have been on this training since last year, July, and we have not stopped. We are on it, and we are not getting tired. We are getting stronger and better. And like I told you earlier, I order for some instrument to help us do a better training. And by the grace of God, by second week of February, I should receive them, and then so that we can provide better quality training for all of you. We are not here for joke. We are here to give you quality training so that you can be able to translate like that into real life situation, into your community, into your organization, into your family, and make our world a better place. The world is getting to a point whereby we're getting confused what people really want. Do you understand? We have somebody who wake up and then lay some unnecessary claims that it just because misunderstanding of girlfriend and boyfriend and butcher the person into pieces. I don't believe that. So we must promote peace, and people must exhibit and live peace. Do you understand? And not just living in peace, but live the peace. Do you understand? So that everybody can see that you are a peaceful person, so that everybody can attest to the fact that you are a peaceful person. That's why we're not getting tired. That's why we are not asking for money for it. We are doing it free so that everybody can have access to it. So you can also do way to spread this message, right? Now that you are live, you are connected. Do us a favor. You can share the link of this training with someone, put it on your wall, put it in some groups that you know on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on other social media handles. Let them know and come to be part of this training. Let them come and learn so that together we can make our world a better place. What if you learn and your mind is transformed and you are a peaceful person, but someone else there is a violent person? So it will not help you as much as it would have been if that person also comes and learn what you are learning. Do you understand? So let's spread this message. Let's get people across. So join us, comment, share, and you know paraphrase what we're saying in the comment section so that we know that you're following up. So thank you very much for taking time to be part of today's training. And today, like I say, we are going to look at mediation and peace building. Mediation and peace building. Like I said, I want to appreciate those of you that are interested in becoming the members of the institute. And for those of you that want to represent the institution in your country, we have done some interviews, but we still need more people in some countries. All right, we have a good number in Kenya. We have a reasonable number in Ethiopia. Well, we need more numbers from other countries. All right, we had 2% from Lesotho. We had 2% from Cameroon. We had you know I think 3% from Ghana. We had some persons, I think two or so from Zambia. Mali, we have 2% or so. We have Dr. Democratic Republic of Congo. We have two. We had 2%. And other countries, we don't have any person at all. In Uganda, I think we had how many persons or so. So we need more people to come up for those countries. Rwanda, we did not have anybody from Rwanda, and so many other countries. South Sudan, we did not have anybody. Right? I think we had some people from Liberia as well. You understand? So we need many people to come over and apply to represent the institute. So far as you're willing to, fulfill the conditions to coordinate a program in your country, you'll be given the opportunity to do so. We want to populate the earth with the message of peace, and we want you to be part of this. All right, to be part of this. So thank you very much for your willingness and your love for peace, and not just peace in your community, peace in the world generally. Because even if we're in Nigeria here, or you are in your country, but something happening in another country is affecting you as well. You can see the Ukraine conflict between the conflict between Ukraine and Russia affected the global food supply chain, and the cost of living, is exacerbated as a result of that conflict. Do you understand? We thank God for the ceasefire that is being taken place between Israel and Gaza. But if we analyze that conflict, you discover that the gain is not much. Even the peace we are talking about now is just tentative. It's a tentative peace. It's not a lasting peace because the reasons for the conflict is still there. It's not the reason that has been addressed. It's just a ceasefire. They are celebrating, jubilating, but the problem is still there. You understand? So this is the issue. So if you look at the loss in that conflict, it's much more than the gain. And all the gains in that conflict are still temporary. So we need peace around our world. We need peace. We need peace. And those who want violence should calm down. All right. So that's it. So today we're going to look at mediation and peace building. So we'll be looking at the role of mediation in resolving conflicts. You know, mediation help in influencing and in mediation help to contribute to peace building. All right, and peace building help to sustain peace. All right. Yes, sustainable peace is much needed in our society today. We have peace today, tomorrow we have conflict. No, we have to have sustainable peace. That's what will make us to have sustainable development. All right. So mediation plays a crucial role in resolving conflicts by providing a structured and facilitated negotiation process that helps parties in dispute reach a mutually acceptable agreement. You understand? So mediation is a very vital instrument when it comes to conflict resolution. All right. So and we mediate on daily basis, sometimes on minor issues. Sometimes we don't know how important the role we play to resolve a problem, a minor issue. Let me tell you that the fire that burnt the whole of, the disaster that took place in California started very small. It was not a large fire, it started small and then escalated. You understand? So just that small fire consumed thousands of houses. You understand? So what we're saying here is that the role you play in mediating simple issues, even in your community, in your family, sets, a lot of situations. Do you understand? Because if a family man is having problem with his family and maybe experience divorce, experience children getting angry and leaving the home and being on the street, they become a nuisance to the society, they become a threat to the society. They become a threat to peace as well. You understand? So your ability to resolve issues to make everybody, embrace peace is very, very important. So let's look at the role mediation plays in resolving conflict. One, neutral third party facilitation. That is someone is standing in between conflicting parties and saying, well, instead of shouting and yelling at each other, why can't we be calm down and let's discuss, let's converse, let's discuss the issue. You say your point, and you say your point. Eh? So I am listening to you, you are listening to me. We are trying to put ourselves into each other's perspective and concern, and then trying to reason with one another. And as a result, we arrive at a situation whereby, because I try to reason from your standpoint, and you also try to reason from my viewpoint, and then we come to agreement, we compromise, we bend, we we adjust positions, and then we reach agreement, and then we reach a consensus. We reach a point whereby we say, okay, I'm willing to cooperate. I'm going to let go certain things. Do you understand? So this is what a third party does. A neutral third party facilitation. All right. So someone must stand in the middle to guide discussion, to make sure that you know the agreed parties discuss and solve their problems amicably. So that's what mediation does. Empowerment of parties. Mediation actually empower parties in conflict to take decision of their situation, to take charge of their situation. You, as a mediator, you are not imposing yourself or your decision on the people. You rather allow them to take charge of their own situation. All right, take charge of their own situation. They make their decisions the way they want it. You only sometimes call their attention to see some certain things they may not be seeing, or you call their attention to see the reason why they must reach agreement, because something that is ahead of them may not look good. Do you understand? So that's why they must reach an agreement. So empowerment of parties. So mediation give the parties in conflict total control of the process. Right? Give them total control of the process. Right? So confidentiality is another important role of mediation in resolving conflict. It's not every conflict that must be in a public. We are going to have a mediation center. Very soon we're going to begin to roll out some certain things. And then we'll begin to discuss about some of the issues so that people can begin to bring their issues for consideration. And but it's not every issue that will be online. There are some issues that we have to keep secret. There are some issues that we have to put in the public. Do you understand? So far as you don't have any issue, you don't have any matter that need to be, in a hidden place. But confidentiality is very important when mediating, right? So parties must have confidence in the process. They must know that their secret, their security is with the facilitator. That whatever they are discussing there cannot be heard anywhere. So when they have that kind of assurance and that kind of confidence, they can open up and be honest in their discussion, in their conversation, and of course that will aid in the resolution of the conflict. You understand? So, in a matter whereby you are to mediate, try to be trustworthy. That is, make yourself to be trusted. Because if the parties in the conflict do not trust you, you will not be able to get to the root of the problem. So you must be a trusted person, and a person that keeps secret, a person that zip his mouth or her mouth. Not when somebody tell you something here today, tomorrow is on the street. No, your the secret of the parties must die with you. Do you understand? You don't need to take it outside. Another a role of mediation in result of is cost effectiveness. Mediation is often more cost effective than litigation. So you go to court, cost you more. Come to mediation, it costs you a little, or sometimes nothing. Do you understand? So it saves your time, saves your money, it saves you unnecessary stress. So mediation plays vital role in making sure that cost in terms of financial resources is saved, cost in terms of time resources is saved, cost in terms of even energy it is saved. Do you understand? So preservation of relationship. Yes, another important role that mediation plays is to preserve relationship. most especially when it has to do with business relationship, it has to do with marital or family relationship. Do you understand? So that when two parties fight, they should not fight and forget each other. They fight and stay. Do you understand? They fight and say, well, despite the fact that we are still brothers, we are still sisters, we can still continue together no matter what happens. You know, do you understand? They will still accept each other. So that's what it is. A business partner will say, well, despite disagreement, you are still a good business partner and we have a lot to still do together. And I'm hoping that business will get better and stronger. You know, Obama said we can agree without being disagreeable. We can disagree without being disagreeable. You understand? So we can disagree, but we should not be, you know, uh, disagree to a point whereby you know we will be misunderstood. Do you understand? So that's what it is. So creative solutions. Mediation encourages parties to think out of the box, right? Outside of the box and come up with ways and initiatives to bring solutions that are termed as creative solutions to solve problems. Do you understand? So that's what mediators, you know, do. So they make sure they encourage the parties in the conflict to look from within and come up with solutions that best address their issues. Thinking outside the box. Very, very important. Faster resolution, like we say, it saves time, it saves resources, and it's a faster process. So because you go to court, you spend months, but here, mediation, before you know it, you are done with the problem. Do you understand? You can even solve a particular problem in one day, in 1 week, in 2 weeks, you are done. For litigation, a judge will give adjournment for 2 months, 3 months, 6 month adjournment. So voluntary process. Mediation is a voluntary process and parties participate in it willingly. This voluntary nature often leads to increased compliance with the final agreement reached during mediation. Right. So this is how important mediation is, and this is a crucial role that uh, mediation plays. Right. So these roles are crucial and they have significant impacts in the process of resolving conflict. Do you understand? You have any question? Anybody with any question? Building sustainable peace through dialogue. Building what? Sustainable peace through dialogue. Building sustainable peace through dialogue is a vital approach to resolving conflict and fostering long-term stability in communities, societies, and nations. So we must build sustainable peace. And how do you build sustainable peace? There must be sustainable progress, sustainable development. So because they support each other, they support each other. Without sustainable development, there cannot be sustainable peace. And without sustainable peace, there cannot be sustainable development. Countries who are enjoying um, you know, sustainable development is because they are enjoying what? Sustainable peace. Countries who lack peace, lack progress. Look at Syria. Look at Afghanistan. Look at Palestine. Look at Ukraine. Massive, 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 massive destruction. Even the one that's rebuilt have been destroyed. You understand? And nothing is going on except to fight war, and maybe people are living to survive because no project, no nothing is going on, no progress is going on. All the thinking is how to fight Russia. You understand? That's the thinking. Nobody is thinking about project. Nobody's thinking about development. Nobody's thinking about farming. Nobody's thinking about agriculture. Nobody's thinking about education. How can we deal with this Russia? How can we defend ourselves against Russia? This is just the only thinking. Where can we access resources to continue to fight? Somebody's not looking for money to come and invest in any project. They are looking for money to come and fight. All the billions America has given to Ukraine, if they were put in a meaningful project development, who, I think Ukraine would have been far, 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 far better by now. So many changes would have occurred. But what happened? They are using that money to buy arms, to fight, and military arms, do this one, do that. So conflict prevention. One of the ways to build sustainable peace is what? Conflict prevention. They say prevention is better than cure. All right. So when you dialogue, you are preventing conflicts, right? Because dialogue provides a platform for open communication and understanding between conflicting parties. We conflict will come. Oh, yeah, let's talk with each one another so that you can understand my point better. You understand? This is the situation. This is what I'm going through. And this, and this, that. That's the reason that made me to do what I did. You understand? It wasn't my intention to do something like this. I understand with you perfectly. I understand with you perfectly. I know that something was not just correct with you. But I'm hoping that we can be able to discuss this over. Do you understand? And then you begin to reason together, you convert, dialogue. And then before you know, you get to the root cause of the problem and you get to understand with one another. So that's what it is. So conflict prevention helps to prevent misunderstanding and grievances from escalating into violent conflicts. So dialogue, communicate in a manner that builds and not in a manner that destroys. Are you with me? So, promoting understanding and empathy is another way of building sustainable peace. Let people begin to see things differently, see things from one's perspective, not just from where they are, not just about you. It should be about the other person. Put yourself in that person's shoe and try to understand with the person. It's about you. So are you the only person that exists? Come on, give your children space. Let them express themselves. Your wife, okay? And your husband, okay? Come on, understand. Put your business. Try to understand with your colleagues. Try to understand with your employees. Don't be too bossy. Don't be too strict. I know you want to achieve your goals. I know you want to maximize profit. I know you are paying them salaries. But come on, you can you can understand. You can put yourself in their shoe. You were also once an employee. How was it like? So it's left for you to understand with them. If an employee, you know, is coming late consistently, what do you do? Call the employee. What's the problem? You have been coming late often. So, what is the problem? What is any challenge? How can we help you? So you come out of this, not by you came late, so fine. You came late, fine. You came late, fine. No query. No, you cannot work here if you continue like this. No, shouldn't be threat. Seek to know why this person is coming late now. He was not like this. What has happened? What is the challenge? Um, Understanding, empathy. It's empathy that can make you think like this. People who doesn't have empathy, because somebody comes to work late, he receives query. The next day you are sacked. Oh, very unfortunate, right? As I'm talking to you, maybe some of you are a victim of what I'm talking about. It may not be late coming, but maybe issues that could have warrant the boss to like give a listening ear and say, "Come on, explain to me what's your challenge. I have not known you to be like this. So what is happening? I want to know what's your challenge." I get a point now, and then the person will open up to you, tell you even some things that you are not aware of. So promoting understanding and empathy is one way of building sustainable peace. When people reason with one another, what they're simply telling us to do is that despite challenges, despite the problem, we can still move together. Do you understand? Another point is building trust. This year is being declared by the United Nations as the year of international peace and trust. Why trust? I cannot do business with you if I do not trust you. Some, some of you would have been members of this institute since by now, but lack of trust. Maybe probably not because we are not genuine, but maybe because of fears of the online thing, because many online things are not genuine. So you are just being careful not to be a victim. Do you understand? So no trust. So for business to thrive, there must be trust. For someone to be working with you, there must some element of trust. We are going to deploy people to represent the institute in other countries is going to be on trust. Do you understand? Because we cannot go there and do the work by ourselves. So someone must be there, and it has to be on trust. The trust that he is going to do it with integrity, with honesty, and with faithfulness. Do you understand? So that's why it is. So trust is very, very important. We cannot build peace without building trust. What peace are you building that does not have any trust? You want to achieve peace in your home, for instance, you must trust your wife and your children. You want to build peace in your organization, you must trust your employees that they have the best of your interests at heart, even when you notice some lapses. Oh, you understand? Oh, come on. It's very important. Yes, I'm not saying that when we're talking about trust, you should not scrutinize situation. When issues require scrutinize the situation, investigate, find out, ask questions. questions that has to do with empathy, questions that are not insultive, questions that are not aimed to downplay and cause person to look inferior and begin to have symptoms of inferiority complex simply because of what? No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a situation whereby you ask thoughtful questions, make inquiries just to seek to understand why certain things are happening. This is what I'm talking about here. I get a point now. So building trust. You want peace, you must build trust. You are going into a business transaction with me. If certain conditions are fulfilled, just go ahead and do it. Yes, but let me tell you that trust is earned. All right. So you must do everything possible to earn the trust of people. We have we have we have been making a, as much effort as possible to build this trust. Yesterday, somebody wired 50,000 into the institute account, and then he sent a message that he made a mistake, and he sent 50,000 into the institute account. I said, "Wow, okay, no problem. We'll refund you. Although you applied to be a member, you are owing us 10,000 to balance your fee. Okay, should we remove the 10,000, or should we return the money?" He said, "This money is meant for a sick mother." I said, "Okay, no problem. We'll refund you the money, but know that you are owing us 10,000. When you are ready for your membership, you complete it." 50,000 was wired immediately, and then he said something. He said that, so I am in the right place. You understand? Yes, you are in the right place because we are building this organization with integrity. We started on a graduate program, and then there was an issue with the accreditation of certification from um, between Nigeria and Benin Republic and all those issues. Do you understand? So it's and then we admitted students, they pay school fees, started a program, and when we discovered that okay, if they finish their degree, bring the certificate in Nigeria, they will not be accredited, they will not go to NYC. So what is the problem of what's the essence of continuing with this program? Even some people from other African countries apply. You understand? We refunded them their money. Each and every person that applied for that undergraduate program, we refunded their money. It's remained one person from Malawi. The reason why we have not refunded the person is because we want the somebody who is doing the master's program with us to actually, you know, maybe we will ask him to pay him, and then we, balance it up, in his master's program. Even the master program, we have suspended it based on the issue of this issue I'm talking about. But that one, we are still finding ways of dealing with the student with a new affiliation, and the master student are waiting for the problem to be resolved. Do you understand? Because these are the issue. So you must build trust. So trust is earned. Do you understand? So we refunded their money. They're happy. Some of them become members of the institute as a result of that experience. You understand? So this is what it is. So trust is earned. You must earn the trust. So far as this institution is concerned, your money is 100% safe and secure. If some people you apply, like you made application last year, like okay, pay an application fee to become a member. Somehow you were not able to raise the money to become a member, and then see how it's good to say that, oh, since you were not able to meet up with the application, your induction at that time, your application fee expired, pay a new application form, right? We don't do that here. That application you pay still stands. Any day, anytime you come back that you want to continue to become a member, we ask you to start from where you stop. You understand? That's what we're doing here. We are not desperate about money. We are desperate to build an institution that is providing solutions to the issue of conflict and insecurity in our society. This is what is our basic concern, not money. Money, we only need money just to run administration and do other stuff to make the work going on. That's why we need money. If something that we can do without money completely, we can do without money completely. But we cannot do because we have to pay office, do this one, buy data, buy gadget to do work. Do you understand? So this issue. So it must build trust. I'm talking about trust. Trust is very important when it comes to, you know, um, sustainable peace. When it comes to peace building, very, very important. And even the master student, I told them already that if by first week of February we are not able to resolve the affiliation issues and resume classes, they can request for their refund. We refund them their money and let them go until when we are, done with all the affiliation process and resume class. If they wish to apply again, they can apply. We don't want a problem. Our name is much more important than any money in the world. Do you understand? That's it. So, so can we go ahead? So building trust is another way of building what? Sustainable peace. Another way of building sustainable peace is encouraging inclusivity. Encouraging what? Inclusivity. No segregation, no discrimination. Do you understand? Carry everybody along. I have my friends who are also being part of this team. You know, we are trusting God. At the end of the day, all men of colors, of languages, of faiths, of belief systems will be members of this institution. All right. So that's what it is. So inclusivity. No one should, everybody should have an opportunity. The minority groups, the marginalized groups, right? They must be considered because they are also vital component of our society. So in any society where you have minorities, marginalized groups, create opportunities for them to be included in their affairs and the issues that concerns them. Very important. So conflict resolution. Conflict resolution is also another way of peace, of building sustainable peace. When conflict arrives, what do? You mediate, you resolve, you dialogue to solve the problem. Don't allow conflict to linger for long. The reason why some marriages end is because they notice a problem. Sit down with your spouse and discuss it. They don't want to. Everybody is just, some are even claiming there's no problem. You ask them, my husband, are you okay? I'm fine. Well, he himself know that he's not fine, but he say he's fine. The wife, I am fine. And they are even smiling that they are fine. But in their heart, they know that they're not fine. And they cannot sit down and resolve their problem. I then have to sit down with my wife and discuss issues sometimes. Yeah, even when we fail to reach the understanding, we must discuss the issue, right? And somehow, we must get to a point whereby reach that understanding. Do you understand? So learn how to sit down even when you disagree to reach an understanding no matter what. And this is if necessary, make some compromise for the purpose of peace. I don't think any of us here want tension in our homes, in our society. When the society is tense, when you begin to hear issue of kidnapping and militia killing, this one, oh, road accident and car, this one, you feel tense. And if you are the type that listen to news, I don't listen to news because it will be so like me. I do cry easily because I'm always emotional when it concerns issues like I saw something like a trailer that had an accident in a tanker had an accident in Niger. Here about 60 people. I was just shedding tears. I said that is the reason why I don't want to. When I see people burnt to ashes, I felt it. I felt it. Do you understand? When I saw that young girl that was butchered, I was crying. I felt it. So what am I talking about here? I'm saying that nobody wants a tense situation. If you are in an environment that is very tense, you don't reason very well. Your level of productivity also derail. Do you understand? You lack focus. You cannot think well and straight. So that's the reason why you should not allow conflict to come and stay. Resolve it as it arrives. The arrival of conflict is not a problem, but how you handle the conflict matters a lot. And that's why you are here. You are here simply because you want to know the techniques of dealing with conflict so that when next you meet conflict or conflict confronts you, you are able to address it professionally. But by now, I expect you to handle conflict. Yes, you can be annoyed, you can be provoked sometimes. You know that sometimes I'm being provoked to a point that I had an issue one day in town and I was like, it's like someone else implicated ourselves for this kind of organization that we are working with now because all this that I'm a peace ambassador. Sometimes I feel like I should remove it so that we'll end it there. You understand? But that is the thing. You have to be patient in situations like that. You have to calm down and control your temper no matter how it hurts. That's what made you a peace ambassador. Yeah, so I say, so if sometimes issues warrant like I can call one or two persons and say, hey, come and help me to address these issues. And then they'll come and at the end of the day they'll be looking at me. You say you are promoting peace, you cannot even deal with a simple situation, you cannot deal with a situation like this. So what are you doing? So when I think of this, I say, oh, no, I have to resolve this issue, no matter what happens. So I have to calm down and resolve it. Do you understand? So we must calm down and resolve problems when they arrive. The arrival is not a problem, but how you handle the situation matters a lot. Reconciliation and healings. Yes. You know, we must find a way to heal. Okay, let me give one example. Like I told you, I'm highly emotional. Right? Okay, that's fine, but I can be stubborn sometimes. Yeah. Uh, I was listening to some musical songs, some songs that R.K. composed while in prison, and somehow I felt so touched. You understand? I believe that he got to a point whereby he although in prison, but he is healing there. Do you understand? In as much whether it was wrong, he was wrongly accused, or or he did it somehow, he's finding his way to heal, to get over and retrace his path. Do you understand? This is the truth of the matter. No matter how hot you are, no matter how offended, provoked you feel you are, no matter how wrong someone done to you, you must find a way to heal and reconcile no matter what happens. I make my own decision. I say that one, I don't like divorce. All right, I don't like divorce. I hate divorce with passion. You understand? So I vow within myself that no matter what is the issue, I must resolve it. I must address it. So far as the other party is cooperating to address the issue, we must address it. And if I discover that there's no much cooperation, but there's something I can do to compromise, I can compromise for the sake of keeping my marriage. Because I don't want to be a divorcee. And if you are here, you are a divorcee, I'm not saying that you did anything wrong. I'm talking about my personal philosophy and perspective about life. You understand? I don't plan to marry two wives. I'm okay with one wife. I'm not saying that you that married two wives, you did something wrong. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about my own personal philosophies and belief system. You understand? And and if I should marry, it should not be on account that I divorce someone. What is that problem that I cannot resolve it? So you can heal, all right? You can heal. And if I'm talking to you, don't think that I have not had challenges that threaten my marriage. I had, yes, and I resolve it. I stood my ground and made sure that I resolve it. You understand? So I'm talking from personal experience. I'm not just babbling. I'm not just babbling. I'm talking about serious issues. You understand? But I came out of that kind of mentality that I'm a man, I'm this, my decision is final, and I face the reality and I resolve my problem. And today I have peace in my home. So that is just it. So please, whatever happens at the interpersonal level, at a family level, at a organizational level, whatever level, at national, whatever level, you must find a way to reconcile and heal. The reason why Nigeria is still upside down is because it's refusing to reconcile and heal. We keep reminding ourselves of the wounds of 1963, of 1966, the wounds of 1966. The civil war in Nigeria is still in our head. It's continued to pronounce the division in our country. We refuse to reconcile. I'm not talking about political reconciliation. I'm talking about genuine reconciliation. The one that happens in Rwanda, the one that happens in South Africa. That is the one I'm talking about. I'm not talking about political gimmicks. I'm not talking about political, you know, pronouncements. I'm talking about real reconciliation, real healing. You understand? So we must find a way to heal. That's what I'm saying. No matter how aggrieved you feel you are, you must find a way to reconcile and heal. Someone else, at some point, let me give you a practical example. At some point, you lost someone in your family, maybe your mom, your dad. You feel like, oh, the world has come to an end. You cannot find peace. You cannot just find hope in life again. But after a while, what happened? You heal. I lost my mom. I think it's going to 8 years or 9 years now. Right? My mom was the person I was so close to. Right? But I have to find a way to heal and move on. Do you understand? And I move on. I move on quickly. You understand? So that's it. So in every story, I'm just giving you different angles where you have to that how it look as if you cannot hear but you can hear, right? So that's it. So policy development and implementation. Another way to build sustainable peace is the kind of policies we formulate and implement. All right. Um, yeah. There are some policies that causes conflict, like the financial policy in Kenya. When the financial policy was introduced, what happened? The Kenyans in the house, you people should tell me. I think we were watching you people online on televisions. I think you broke in the National Assembly. You even burnt one side of the National Assembly. Is it not so? Causes conflict. Why? Policy. The tax reform policy in Nigeria causes a lot of tension in the nation. Do you understand? But I think they still finally find a way to accept the tax reform with maybe little adjustment here and there, right? So policy formulation is very important, right? So some policies bring calamity, policies bring problems, some bring solutions and hopes. So, but it is also one way to build sustainable peace. Policy, the nature of policy you introduce can destroy some, like in my state, the former governor nearly killed everybody in the state because of policies he introduced. None materialized. None of his policies materialized. None. He wanted to build an airport cargo. He did not complete it. A neighbor state built it in few months. But him for how many years? 80 years. Could not finish it. Everything was in the state of comatose. But the one that take over now, that is now in power, doing incredible job. Incredible, incredible, incredible work. Life is booming, is booming, right, in the city. Life is changing. You know, people are celebrating and rejoicing. You know. So policies can bring joy, can bring sadness, can bring happiness, it can bring you know, destruction. So community engagement. So another way to build sustainable peace is to engage the community. Engage the community in peace building efforts. We will be going into the communities this year very well. As God will help us, as the resources will come our way, we'll be going deep into the communities. All right. Carry out some kind of research and surveys on certain issues and then find way of resolving problems in the community engagement. So long-term relationship and network dialogues help build long-term relationship and network between stakeholders, creating a foundation for ongoing communication, collaboration, cooperation, and peace-building initiatives. So that's what dialogue also does. It helps in building sustainable peace. So because as we dialogue, as we keep talking, you know, it keeps taking us to places and all of that. Do you understand? Keep keeping us together. So building sustainable peace through dialogue take these steps that we have discussed. And I think if we can follow these steps, we have a long way to go in our peace building effort. Are we together? Case studies on successful mediation and peace building efforts. Case studies on successful mediation and peace building efforts. Number one case study is the one that just happened in Qatar between Israel and the Hamas. It's a mediation. It's a mediation happens there, and now ceasefire has been achieved. Right? People are, despite the fact that 45,000 people died, or more than 45,000 people died in the course of how many months? Yeah, for the sound of peace, for the fact that they're going to stop hearing the noise of bomb blasts and all of those things alone has given them joy. So it's a success. So Qatar did a wonderful job to mediate the conflict and made that achievement. So it's an achievement. It is not in this book. Oh, I'm just giving you that one based on the current. The fact that it's happening now. No, no, it's a current happening. I'm just giving you as one of the example of successful case studies that you can see. Another case study that we'll look at is Good Friday Agreement, Northern Ireland. The Good Friday Agreement, reached in 1998 with the help of mediation by various parties, including the United States, play a significant role in ending decades of conflict in Northern Ireland between Unionists and Nationalists. So, and the agreement established power sharing arrangements, whereby it paves the way for a more peaceful and stable Northern Ireland. The Northern Ireland we know that is somehow peaceful. In fact, it's peaceful now. Was so much trouble, was so much trouble because of power sharing arrangement. They face something similar like what the Southern Sudan are facing. Power struggle based on divisions here and there. Very tense and trouble. Like what is happening in Sudan. Two generals are fighting there, right? Problem. Power sharing, power issues. Dayton Peace Accord. That's Bosnia and Herzegovina. The 1995 international mediators ended the war in Bosnia and Herzegovina. The agreement divided the country into two entities and established a framework for power sharing. This one also was power sharing. And that is the same country, but you can hear them, Bosnia and Herzegovina. So this one will rule, give the other one. This one will rule, give the other. No, you understand? Two entities, a conversation among the different ethnic groups. Very important. South Africa's transition to democracy. Mediation efforts led by figures like Nelson Mandela played a crucial role in South Africa's transition from apartheid democracy in the 1990s. Negotiation between the apartheid government and the African National Congress (ACN) or ANC resulted in the peaceful end of institutionalized racial segregation and the establishment of a new democratic government. I think they're still enjoying their stability. They're still enjoying their government of the dead. Right. So, Liberian peace process. The Liberian peace process led to the end of a devastating civil war in Liberia under the leadership of international actors like the United Nations and regional organizations such as the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. Negotiations culminated in the Accra Comprehensive Peace Agreement in 2003, which paved the way for the resignation of President Charles Taylor and established a transitional government. And I think Charles Taylor was later being charged for what genocide and some other, you know, criminal issues. And I think he later died. I don't know whether he died in prison or he served his jail term before he died, but he later died. Charles Taylor. Mozambique Peace Agreement. Mozambique Peace Agreement signed in 1992 ended a 16-year civil war between the government and the rebel groups Renamo. Mediation efforts led by the community of San Egidio, a Roman Catholic-led association, played a crucial role in bringing the warring parties to the negotiation table and facilitating a peace agreement. So this is what it is. So I'm trying to just give you some case studies of successful peace negotiation, um, that mediation that help in building peace. Talk about South Sudan, this agreement. The revitalized agreement on the resolution of the conflict in South Sudan was signed in 2018, aiming to end the civil war in South Sudan. Mediation efforts led by the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, and other international actors helped bring the conflicting parties together to negotiate and reach a peace agreement. We have the Burundi peace process, Ivorian crisis mediation, or a good example of mediation. Any question? Any question? Because we have come to the end of today's training. Any question? Like I said, you can still share this application form to people. Let them still apply and join. We are still early in the training on our application form for direct membership induction, whether you want to join online, you want to join physically in Nigeria here. There's somebody in Ghana, he say he want to fly to Nigeria in our May Abuja induction. So those of you that are capable to fly to Nigeria, you can fly to Nigeria and have your induction. So like he's planning to come down to Nigeria for his induction physically. For those of you that cannot come physically, you can do it online. No challenge. Do you understand? And very soon we are going to have representative in your country. So whatever it is, you can do it in your country. Yeah, you're going to do it in your country. And if you know that you are capable enough to, represent us in your country to facilitate that happening in your country, why not reach out to us so that you'll be considered for interview by next week? You can send your CV to me personally through WhatsApp. Right? We have some position there. We have a national country coordinator, deputy country coordinator. We have national membership mobilization officer. We have assistant national membership mobilization officer. Then we have what do you call it? We have national training officer, and we have assistant national training officer. We have national liaison and grant officer, an assistant national uh, liaison and grant officer. Then we have on, you know, national project and monitoring officer and the assistant. So these are positions. So if you want to join our team in these countries, like let me try to call them. Let me try to call them. Let me try to call them: Cameroon, Ghana, Ethiopia, Uganda, Sierra Leone, Liberia, uh, South Sudan, which was Rwanda, Kenya. We want to join Malawi, Mali, uh, you know, Democratic Republic of Congo, Somalia. You can join. I think they are up to 20. You understand? So you can apply to join uh, the team that will be taking our. So you can send your CV to me. Send your CV to me personally through WhatsApp. Our address will look into it and schedule an interview for with you by next week. All right. So because we hope that by first week of February, we train them by last week of January, February, they should start coordinating the affairs of the institute in their various countries. But you must make effort to become a member before we consider you. You understand? So thank you very much. We appreciate all of you for taking time to be part of today's training, and I will hope to see you um, tomorrow. Okay, I promise to give you a sample later. Somebody's asking. I promise to give you a sample later for the peace building education or the peace education awareness campaign, and don't worry, I'll drop it. I'll drop it in the membership in the group this evening. I'll drop it there. Or tomorrow. No, but I will drop it. I will just draft it and drop it like a message, so that it can be easy for you to copy and and or hi. I'm thinking of what we'll do. But what we'll do is that we'll put it on a letterhead and put it in a document format. You will print it, enter your name on a pen, sign, and submit to the school you want. Put the school address and the details, put your name, and then sign on pen. I think that will be better, right? I think that will be better. We'll put it on letterhead so you can copy it, put your address, person's address, and then you sign, submit, right? Please, when are you giving us the sample later for our case? And this is what I'm talking about. So I will do it. I'll do it tonight. So thank you. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow by 7, no, by 8 p.m. Not 7, 8, 8 p.m. tomorrow. Thank you and bye bye. Bye.